Good day. Today we're having a lesson on how to hoist an axe. We'll be using the Fundamentals of Firefighter Skills, 2nd edition, Chapter 9, Ropes and Knots. My name is Darren Watson and this is Sherry Watson.
Hi.
And we'll be learning how to hoist an axe. I'm captain with the Swan Hills Fire Department. Been here about 14 years, and I'm also at the Swan Hills Hazardous Waste Plant on the emergency response team there as incident commander and supervisor. The topic introduction is how to hoist an axe. Class objective is also to how to hoist an axe, and this concept can also be used for other pieces of equipment like a pike pole, or a fan, or axes, or fire hoses. It's everyday occurrences at a fire scene to raise and lower equipment. Ropes are very handy. We use them in the fire service. Ropes and knots are an important part of training. And a firefighter must be able to tie simple knots accurately and without hesitation. And the only way that they become simple and accurate without hesitation is to practice them. Today, the knot that we will be using is figure 8 on a bite and a 1/2 inch. Also using reference material is the Essentials of Firefighting, 5th edition. And students, raising and lowering with a rope. Is there anything in your everyday lives that you can think of a situation that you've raised or lowered anything?
When my kids went sledding, I used to throw a rope down and hold their sled back up for them up the hill.
And did you have a favorite knot that you used?
I always used the figure 8.
Figure 8. It's handy. It's a great knot. Samantha, anything that you can think of?
House fire one time, we were doing ventilation on the roof, and we used the figure 8 to hoist all the tools that they needed up on the roof.
All right. Very handy. I like ropes. I like knots. I'm going to explain the concept verbally, referring to our PowerPoint. Nope, I've already gone through that one. Okay. Verbally, with an axe, if you need to raise it, you will use today we're using a figure 8 on a bite. That would be slipped over the handle, wrapped around the axe head, and then halfway up the handle you would put in a clove hitch, and then a little bit further up the handle near the top you would put in another 1/2 hitch. I said clove hitch, didn't I? I meant 1/2 hitch. 1/2 hitch and a 1/2 hitch, and then the axe is in a vertical position, and it's safe to raise it. It cannot slip through. And that's our authorized method for the Swan Hills Department, how to use that. I'll also show you using a YouTube video. This will be demonstrated, and then after that we'll turn the time over to Sherry to do hands-on demonstration. So for the YouTube video, it's just over a minute long.
Demonstrate and talk about how to properly tie off on a headed axe for hoisting purposes. We take our piece of rope. We can either tie a figure 8 on the bite or the simple bowling. To start with, I'm going to choose the bowling. We form the round turn. Take our rope up and out of the hole, around the tree, and then back down the hole. And we would secure our rope with basic overhand safety on it to secure the end of the rope. We then take our bowline and slide it down over the handle of the axe to the head, wrap our rope up around the head, and form 2 1/2 hitches to be placed over the handle of the axe. First 1/2 hitch slides about 2/3 of the way down. The second 1/2 hitch is about 1/3 of the way down, and our axe is now secure
So that explains the concept, and we're going to do something very similar using a bowline, and I'll turn the time over to Sherry.
Figure eight. Figure eight.
Using a figure eight.
Okay, so as you can see, I'm Sherry. I'm with the fire department. I've been here for 13 years, and I'm lieutenant with the Swan Fire Department. And I'm going to be showing you how to hoist the axe today, and then I'm going to have you both practice. Okay? So tying knots, it's not an idle exercise, but a practical skill that you'll use on the job. And in emergency situations, you might have to raise or lower a tool to other firefighters. Samantha, you talked about that when you said that you've been in a fire and you had to pull the tools up, right? So it's very important that we learn how to do this, how to raise and lower an axe, a pike pole, a ladder, hose line, exhaust fan, all of those things. But today we're going to be talking about the axe. And we have to ensure that the rope is tied securely to the object so the tool doesn't fall. So what happens if you're lifting up something and it falls? It hurts. If it hits you, or if it hits somebody, or it breaks something, you don't want that to happen. You want it to be okay. Darren, I'll get you. Also, your co-workers have to be able to remove and place the tool into service quickly. And when you're hoisting or lowering a tool, you have to make sure that no one's standing underneath it. Again, if you drop it, you're going to hurt somebody. So, an axe should be hoisted in vertical position with the head of the axe down. I'm just going to grab the gloves. And it says use a figure eight. We're going to be using a figure eight today. And use half hitches along the handle and keep the handle parallel to the rope. So, first of all, we have to put our PPE on. Okay? So they would lower the rope down to you, whoever's on the roof or in the window or whatever they're going to be doing. And then we're going to tie a figure eight on a bight to make a small loop. And you've all learned this skill before, so you should know how to do it. Remember to make sure that it looks tidy so that it's not, because every time you put a loop or anything into it, it loses some of its strength, okay? And just for extra points, you can tie off the end if you want to, just so that it's tied off, okay? So it gets it out of the way. Now, you're going to take your axe, and you're going to put the loop, next one please, over the axe handle, okay? And then you're going to wrap your loop around the head. You see that? Yeah. Then we're going to do a couple of clove hitches, half hitches I mean. It goes down about a third of the way. And another one. And again, it goes down. And there you have. So it's secure, it's not going to fall, and they can hoist it up, but it's still easy enough for them to get off when you get it to the top. Okay, so Samantha, if you and Chris could come and try. There's another rope there. Yeah. That's just finishing off. So we did the half hitches and we did the handles. So I'm going to give you the rope. There's an axe for you. Chris, here's a rope and an axe for you so you can try it together. So we could go back through, if you go back to the first part where it shows. First of all, we're going to tie your figure eight. Okay. Yeah. Good. Both got it? Okay. Put it over the handle of your axe. Great. Okay, now you're going to wind it around the bottom of the axe so that it holds it so it's straight. Perfect. Now, I want you to do a half hitch and put it over the top. Make it go down about, yeah, about 2/3 of the way. Great. Good, just one second. You got it, Chris?
Yeah,
Okay. We'll just try and do it together. Good. Now, another one. You want to have two. You always double things. It just makes things safer. Do it about 3. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Now you can hold it up. Can you hold it up? See how it says stay straight? The head is down so that you're not going to hit anybody with it. Perfect. Okay, so now we're going to do it. That's your practice. Now I want you to do it without me saying anything, because this is going to be your testing. And remember, when you're practicing your knots, when you're practicing hoisting things, always wear your gloves. Because if you're on a fire scene, you better have your gloves on. So you have to do it. So go ahead, son. You can start. And then Chris, I'll let you do it after. Excellent. Okay, I'll critique it in just a minute. I've got some sheets that you can go over. I'll go over with you. But go ahead, Chris. You can start. Excellent. Okay, I've got your evaluation sheets here. We're going to do an evaluation for both of you. And then Darren has a small exam that he's going to be giving you. So we've now learned to hoist an axe. So for our evaluation, where's my third one? I'm going to give you those so you can look at them as I'm reading it with you so that you know what I'm talking about. So first of all, where's your PPE and your gloves? That was perfect. You got them on. You did excellent on that. Ties a figure 8 on a bike to make a small loop. You both did excellent on the figure 8. The one thing neither one of you did was straighten it out. That's the only thing that I saw. You didn't straighten them out, but both of you tied your little knot in the end. Perfect. That's your extra point. So that was excellent. You place the loop over the axe handle near the head of the axe. Yep, both perfect. Pass the standing part of rope around head of axe. Excellent. Places the standing part of rope parallel to the axe handle, which you both did. And tied 2 half hitches along the axe handle. And then you prepared to raise it, and both of you showed that you could do it, so you did an excellent job. That was really, really good. And now Darren has a little exam for you to do.
All right.
Here, I'll take it for exam.
So at the top, just put your name on there. Great. So this paperwork and the exams, they'll be put in your own personal file for record storage. Working towards the NFPA 1001. That concludes how to raise an axe. Thank you.